And of course, Streamlabs has failed. There we go. It has unfailed.
Excellent. Well done for Streamlabs.
It was just like, I don't see a game.
Yes, I think I have a game.
Hello, chat. And by chat,
Hello,
I
everybody.
mean primed.
Yes. Hello to Maureen and Monkey who were hiding in the other chat. And Prime, who's also shown up.
That's right, I have primed. Primed makes music.
Less of a fuss than Monkey.
That's true. That is true. So what are we gonna watch today, Bezek?
Well, today, Disco, we are going to wash the ever-loving crap out of a submarine.
Yay.
Which basically means I need to jump in because
You do need to jump
for some
in.
reason they decided that you can't set up co-op unless you're in level. Because that makes sense. I'm sure there's some annoying technical reason for that, but it's annoying and technical.
Maureen is also in my chat.
So all you're missing is Monkey.
She's lurking in two places.
Invite the Disco.
Yes. Invite the disco. Oh, no, don't.
I think I heard the steam through your microphone.
You probably did, because my headphones, well, I still can't afford to replace my headphones.
That sounds like a job for chat.
Hopefully chat can hear Bezek, because I have tried to turn the speakers down a little bit, because it should actually be recording Discord through my system sound. So, hopefully we won't hear as much Bezek this time. Or, we want to hear Bezek, we just don't want two Bezeks.
Yes. One of me is more than enough for me.
It is a tiny monster.
So this is the map with all the kitty cats on the roof. This used to have all the kitty cats. Does it have kitty cats today? I don't think it does. Boo! Where are my kitty cats?
Wait, are they reusing maps?
Kitty cats.
They're reusing maps.
0 out of 10, not enough kitty cats.
Well, all the cats went and like did this weird thing, didn't they?
They did, but this is the map that they were on, like the level before that.
Gracie.
On the Great Exodus.
Gracie, if you keep wiggling, you're gonna go back through into Daddy.
And we've got some PhD talking to us.
Oh no.
Thanks for your
That's worse than the intern.
Right? Who wants to talk to doctors? There's not many people that would be willing to watch a subcode in the discharge of hundreds of species of
Right, baby.
really helpful if you're interested in me.
Let go.
Doing this, doctor.
Because we're already gonna need Bezek Cam. Right, you, little madam. Bezek, come on a second. And then you, little madam. Where's Bezek Cam? I didn't think this through.
Disco Rifles Babies, the series.
Pretty much. Right, madam, you are gonna go and hang out with Daddy. If we can just annoy Daddy for a minute.
I'm sure that works out well for Daddy's plans, considering how recently he dropped off baby.
Well, he was aware that he was going to be hanging out with small people tonight.
I swear I hear something thumping, and I can't tell if it's in the game or if it's Disco's just being kicked down by a baby.
Apparently it's not actually, it's put the Bezek Cam overlay on. Dada! If this little monster wants to come with Dada.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye bye, Gracie. Well, I'm gonna have to look at Bezek Cam because for some reason it turned the it turned the it turned the overlay on. It didn't turn the actual camera on.
Yeah, but for some reason it's not picking up the other bit. That's weird.
I'll tweak with that in a minute.
Technology.
It's probably because it doesn't know which Discord window to capture. It's probably changed the name of it or something.
It's probably freaked out. You know, for a platform that advertises itself for being for gaming communities, Discord's really fucking awful for connecting to streaming software.
Yeah, it's kind of pay. It is kind of pay.
Disease basic noises.
Why is Bezek diseased? Did he find a spider?
Oh, I wish. At least that'd actually kill me. No, some inconsiderate, presumed boomer decided to bring a head cold to work.
Uh-oh, Bezek's got the cave.
It's okay, I'm not dead yet. Actually, no, sorry, I've tried 7 times since Tuesday.
I thought you were going to say, it's okay, I'm not vaccinated.
What the fuck is... I'm either losing my mind or there's a train going through your bedroom, your office, Disco.
A train?
Yeah, I'm hearing really loud mechanical sounds.
Is it my keyboard?
No, surprisingly.
Well, I'm not sure what you're hearing.
I may be having a stroke, it's okay.
Do you smell toast?
I don't smell anything.
Yes, Shadowhawk. We are doing a disco stream.
Prime says the baby is forming words, soon she'll speak her first Scottish word, cunt or lager.
Yeah, she probably will. Yeah. I'm gonna have to start thinking of inventive curse words. Like, where did you learn that? Yeah, probably off me.
Yeah. Prime also says that my cat's doing a food robbery and making noise.
Basic volume.
An impressive trick.
Basic volume super low. Okay, we'll try turning him up because I have turned down the system output volume for my speakers. I don't want him to come back through the speakers. Bezek, make a noise.
The next question is it just Discord being weird?
It could be, you're on 200%.
That's frustrating. It's never easy to figure out.
They're saying you're still on. I don't want to make him too high because I'm worried he might come through the speakers. And that'll make everybody sad.
Yes, it always gets fun when we get echoes. Like any time we stream with Monkey.
Nobody wants a Bezek echo. No offense. But one lot of Australian is enough. Let's tweak some settings a little bit. Streamlabs. Come here, Streamlabs. Desktop audio is as loud as it will go. Can it be boosted?
You should be able to add a gain filter. I think it's based off of Studio. So there should be a gain filter that you can add or something.
Source projector, performance mode. Don't see anything.
I'm not sure how much putting a speaker in my mouth would help. I would boost my gain, but then poor Discord loser he is.
Yeah, don't do that to us. Audio input capture. That's me. Audio output
yes,
capture.
the did say barnacles. And yes, presumably this sub was left in the water for ages, like everything else in the city. Then again, maybe this is a Godzilla suppository. It's hard to tell.
Output.
What the hell was that?
Source settings.
there's got to be something going on with this sub that's making weird noises.
Audio device.
They're very strange.
I'm just trying to see if I could turn it, if I can boost it at all. I'm not seeing any option to. It's kind of annoying.
No, not in filters for gain.
I don't see the option to add a. Maybe I can do it like this. Audio capture filters. Edit filters. Add a filter. Gain. Filter name gain. Okay, let's tweak that up a little bit.
Just scrape it all the way to max and see if that fixes chat.
Oh well, blame Bezek if you get hurty Australian noises. How's that feeling, chat?
Presumably it's IBS Mongoose, because Disco can hear me.
Bezek, put the speaker in your mouth. Right, well I've put the gain filter up. I've added a gain filter and I'll put it up to 100%. We've turned Discord up to 200%. So, hopefully, if not, we'll just have to make Bezek eat the microphone or something.
Yeah. I'd be hard pressed to get the microphone much closer. Clean the conning tower.
Yeah, kind of just make you clean the whole thing. We're trying to fix, yeah.
Prime says I should swallow the microphone.
Swallow the microphone.
My throat already feels like I have primed.
And then he'll just sound like Trim.
At least I have an excuse.
Trim has an excuse. He's a hurdy-gurdy man.
We need to get Trim to record the songs of his people.
Yeah. Well, I'm torn between getting. I'm torn between like us singing it, or seeing if we can get Bleach to get his AI to sing it.
Ooh. You know, you could probably get a really good result out of the AI.
And then we could have that as our boating song.
That would be hilarious. Just same time getting about the way it goes.
Yep. Because last time we had to keep trying to find songs that we were allowed to use.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a pain dealing with YouTube's copyright system.
And getting Trim to sing on demand is tricky.
Yeah, he sings all the time when you don't want him to, and then denies it. But when you actually want him to sing,
Trim doesn't sing. Trim doesn't. Yes, he does. Just sing us a song.
He's really desperate to get some Valheim going, so fingers crossed that turns out soon.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Grog in the chat. We've got Margot in the chat. Margaret in the chat. Sorry. We've got Hugo in the chat. They all snuck in while I was changing the Bezek sound things.
Bron says I should get one of those World War II tank mics that sit on the throat. Yeah, then you could listen to all the sounds of me choking to death.
It's probably just as well that Bezek was quiet today, because he's not very well. You'll not be deafened by his coughing. Hopefully you can still understand him though. I don't know why he's so quiet.
It's really weird.
We could try. If I put you up anymore on the system sounds, you are definitely gonna echo through the microphone. Through my mic.
That would be awkward. Like, your chat would be fine.
You'd be like, you'd be like, why are there two Bezeks?
No, our PhD is like, the most famous resident is probably the rushless Nautilus. Nautilus longipedes. Yeah, righto. We're getting a sea life lesson from the illiterate writing staff. An amazing cephalopod is allowed to squid an octopi but shelled like the now extinct ammonites.
I just wish that they would make pretty things for me to wash. I wish they'd stop trying to write.
They are very good. The rushless Nautilus has unique and beautiful pearlescence and can travel at remarkable speeds despite its tiny body and 20-foot long tentacles.
That's nice. That's nice.
The Nautilus produced the ink you see on the viewing windows. Really now.
Okay, so this got attacked by a squid then. That's why
That does seem to be what they're suggesting. They molested a squid and got what they deserve.
Well, I guess that's why it's so dirty.
So that actually means there's a single solitary good reason for something to be this dirty.
Like, it makes sense the aquarium being dirty on the tank, but not on the people area.
Yeah. Prime says he's not interested in nature or rest in life. He wants to know what tastes best with garlic sauce and chips.
That's a fair point. Like, that's lovely, but how does it taste?
Fish and chops. Get some fish and chops in here.
Clean. I've decided I don't really like the vehicles.
No?
I prefer doing the actual. The vehicles always have all these stupid little piddly bits that you gotta try and get into.
They do.
I prefer doing the actual map, so you've got a building or a room.
The aquarium was really nice.
Yeah. The aquarium, the subway, hell, even the bathroom. Although, I had to not think about what might be on the walls.
I can't imagine that pressure washing a bathroom that is dirty on the ceiling would work out well for you.
I mean, we are in these suits, so we're probably okay.
Yeah.
Subi.
That explains the suits.
It does explain the suits.
Our PhD says also unique to our coastline is the Buckingham sea marrow. It's the world's largest member of the sea cucumber family. Oh, who cares?
Oh, I don't care about sea cucumbers. Could not. It sounds like a daddy's being beaten up by a small thing. Oh, here's I'm assuming she is.
Yes, the bathroom was tiled. And it wasn't just a regular bathroom, it was an underground tunnel bathroom.
Yeah, didn't they decide they were going to make it into a nightclub or something? They were like, aha, if we clean this bathroom, it'll make a perfect nightclub. It's like, who wants to go party in the public loo?
Yeah, just make punch in the toilet, so it'll be fine.
Oh, especially one that dirty. Yeek.
It was very filthy.
Right, shall we talk about... I brought some articles with me, because I figured we would talk about how fucking bonkers the UK has got so far.
Yes. You were telling me about these the other day.
Which one shall I start with? So there are some things that we just can't talk about, like certain injections, and I'm pretty sure,
things that I don't have, which is why I'm not dead yet.
and I'm pretty sure that it is illegal to discuss certain flotation devices and their their occupants in the UK now.
Oh, pardon me.
So, but I don't think it's yet illegal to discuss how bonkers the NHS is.
Not yet, but they do seem to be working on it.
So, did you know, Bezek, that when you go to the doctors, what do you expect to discuss when you go to the doctors? Let's say you took your cold to the doctors. What?
When I went to the doctor, I'd talk about, I don't know, my medical issues?
Well, that's where you'd be wrong.
Oh shit, what do I talk about with doctors then, if not medical
So
issues?
apparently, according to the Telegraph, future doctors will be expected to consider the climate impact of inhalers and will be told to lecture their patients on climate change.
Excellent. So, I have some questions about how going to a GP works in the UK. How long does it usually take to organise an appointment?
Well, that depends on how successfully you could talk your way past the receptionist. But I've seen it take weeks. And once you're in there, you're lucky if you get a couple of minutes. And if you can get one in person, you're really, really lucky. Since I think most of my recent ones have been at best on the phone. Which always astounds me how you can get, a physical exam over the phone.
Yeah, so you have to go to all the hassle of going to an appointment. And the appointment that you get is only a couple of minutes.
Yep.
So then you get lectured on climate change and how people with asthma need to die. And once that's done, you just fuck off because there's no time for actual medicine?
Well,
Is
apparently.
that how it's going to work now?
So, yeah, hopefully just tell medics to look out for eco-distress. Wherever that might be.
Stress.
I'm getting distressed by this eco-nonsense.
Freaking out over the fucking environment. That's what that sounds like.
And promote remote appointments to cut emissions. Doctors should use their status as a trusted member of the community. Not if they carry this on, they won't be.
Doctors trusted members of the community? Not after the last couple of years, mate.
To warn patients about the dangers of climate change. The Royal College of Physicians today issued new guidance that tells doctors to raise the topic during consultations and repeat it often. So it's not enough for them to just bring it up once in your 2-minute appointment, but they need to repeat it multiple times just to make sure that your stupid brain can understand it. So now I expect the average doctor's appointment goes, "Hello doctor, I'm having some chest pains. Have you reduced your carbon footprint? How much electricity are you using? Did you drive here? But doctor, I think I might be having a heart attack. When was the last time you planted a tree? Are you a cyclist?
Have you considered that your chest pain might be caused by eco-distress?
And I'm afraid we're out of time."
Prime says, "Sorry, Susie, your inhaler is harmful to your environment, so only one spray a day. And if you can't breathe, you have a knife and straw for a tracheotomy." Now, see, Prime, that's where you're wrong because straws are illegal.
Yeah, that's right. Straws are illegal. Margaret says, "I'm on disability Medicaid here in the US, and I can get an in-person appointment inside of 24 hours.
Oh, what's that? Socialised healthcare is not the best thing on earth. No problems, not just a knife. If you've got asthma and you need to use your inhaler too much, sorry, it's bad for the environment. Have you considered MAID?
We'll get to that. That's a separate article. We'll get to that one.
Oh, well, spoilers.
We'll get to that one. But yeah. Let's see. It calls on doctors to reduce carbon footprints by considering working from home. Yes, as if it's not hard enough to see a doctor. Now they want doctors to work from home so that you can never see them. Considering working from home and cutting back on prescriptions and tests.
No, fuck off.
So now, even if you do manage to see a doctor and you do manage to spend some time talking about your health and get out what's wrong, you'll be lucky to get a prescription or a diagnostic test. Because apparently that's bad for the environment.
Yes, I don't know what's wrong with you, and I can't give any tests, and I can't even prescribe some paracetamol for you, so just fuck off. I need to give free healthcare to Khalifa here, who needs to have her 32nd child. Since she arrived in the UK with her totally gay husband.
They are also told to look out for people suffering eco-distress, the name given to anxiety and depression caused by climate change.
Yeah, we used to call that schizophrenia. Doctors are a fucking embarrassment if they tolerate this stuff.
I mean, to be fair, again, this is a bit spoilers for the end of the article, but it seems like even the doctors are like, the fuck? I ain't got time for this shit.
Can't we talk about medicine?
There was a backlash when the green toolkit was posted about on the GP industry website Pulse with warnings it could mean missed diagnoses. Well, yeah, if you're too busy talking about the climate instead of to the patient, yeah, it probably is.
Well, even if you do talk to the patient, don't bother doing any tests. Because the fucking tests might harm the environment.
For fuck's sake. One commenter on a forum designed for GPs to share their views described it as virtue signaling. Well, no shit. With the danger of any blame for the stuff that might be missed. Another described the advice as no use to anyone and downright dangerous. A warning that could possibly end the career of a doctor if they do not carry out a vital test or issue a prescription. Another simply asked, is this some sort of parody? I thought this was the medical site, not the Onion.
I am reminded of how sociology journals can't tell the difference between Clementine Ford and Mein Kampf.
Yeah, that's true. But these are supposed to be doctors.
Yes, how about some actual fucking medicine? Some doctoring. They've already gone rid of the Hippocratic Oath.
Other critics described it as seriously unethical and said doctors should spend their precious time treating patients rather than lecturing them on politicized issues. Yes.
Yeah, no shit.
The 11-page document,
Jesus.
advises medics to talk about the health benefits of climate action and to keep their messages simple. But it adds, don't debate the science. I wonder why.
Don't think, just do as you're told. Said the National Socialist Party of England.
Let's scroll down a bit. The RCP, which represents 40,000 doctors worldwide, says members should promote remote appointments as a way of cutting down environmentally damaging travel, and says they could work from home on days that they're not delivering clinical care. Well, they should be delivering clinical care because people can't get appointments.
Also, how do you check a blood pressure or a pulse or wang a stethoscope on some lungs or a heart from fucking home?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you one better. When after I'd had Gracie, you're supposed to have a checkup with the doctor after 6 weeks just to make sure everything's gone back to how it should and you've not got any ongoing problems. Mine was on the phone.
That's really helpful.
I
That
mean,
will absolutely tell them that all the bits that are supposed to stay on the inside are still on the inside.
you know, and to be fair to the doctor, he sounded as confused as I did about the fact that he was on the phone. Because he's like, have you had that appointment? And I'm like, no, this is that appointment. And he's like, okay, sure. Well, I suppose I'll go through the questions. But it's ridiculous. Like,
the questions. They could have just sent you the fucking questions.
I was just like, it's just ridiculous, and it's the kind of things that, you should have that check just in case something hasn't healed properly.
No, Disco. It's not like any woman's ever died as complications of birth. Giving birth is 100% safe and effective. That's why there's no profession based entirely on making sure women survive giving birth.
It's just unreal. Hello, LGM. I'm really not surprised that they would be doing other things, like not taking blood pressure or things like that.
Well, I would fucking love to know how you're meant to check if someone's got pneumonia over the fucking phone.
That's the thing as well. Like, they need to be able to see patients in a lot of these cases because the patient might not be describing very well or downplaying something that the doctor would be able to see if they were in person.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Patients are dumb and, like...
You're asking the patient to assess themselves and relay that to the doctor on the phone.
Yeah, as if there wasn't already enough of a problem with men going, fuck it, no point going to the doctor, they'll just tell me to take a fucking paracetamol and harden the fuck up. I'm sure that this won't contribute to that at all.
Like, I'm not very good at registering pain. Like, when I tore my shoulder, I didn't know I torn my shoulder. I was like, oh, well, I pulled that. And then I carried on working for 2 weeks until my shoulder stopped working.
Yeah.
Now, if I'd been on a telephone appointment, I probably would have been like, yeah, it's fine. I've just pulled it. Whereas, once I was examined and they started moving the arm around, they were like, yeah, this is torn, this is injured. So, the idea of we're just gonna be on the phone to people where they might not be able to accurately describe the injury or the illness, and the doctor might be able to pick up on it with certain tests, like.
Or my favourite, did you know that the signs and symptoms of a heart attack are only true for men?
Yep, I did actually.
Well, I knew you did. It was rhetorical.
I did actually, but yeah. So again, like, you might want to have someone in because, you might be able to tell by looking at them what kind of pain they're in, but they might be playing it down. They might be like, oh, well, it hurts a bit.
Reminds me of the story of when I was working in the big city at this stupid fucking call center. One day I started on the way in on the fucking 2-hour bus plus train journey. I was about 10, 15-ish minutes away from work when I started feeling like crap. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm already this far, I'll go in, just make my presence known. And before I even said a word, the boss told me, go the fuck home.
I had something similar when, actually with the shoulder, like, I had been kind of humming and hawing about whether I should go at work. And by this point, this was when I had kind of stopped working. So, I goes into work, but I was kind of not using the arm very much. And, one of the nurses came on shift. She took one look at me. She dragged me to one side and she went, "What have you done?" And I was like, "Oh, I think I've hurt my shoulder. Like it's I'm really struggling to move it." And she was like, "Home now, and then to the hospital." Like one look at, she was in the door all of 2 minutes, and she was like, she could just see it. She was like, "You are not doing any more," because I mean the job I was doing at the time involved quite a lot of moving and handling. She was like, "You are not doing any more moving and handling. You are going to the hospital."
It's almost as if being able to see patients in person reveals a lot of information. Who'd have thought such a thing?
Anyway, it also calls on health staff to look for opportunities to send emails or texts instead of traditional letters to reduce road transfer. I don't care about that. I'd rather get an email than a bloody letter anyway.
Well, me too, but it should be a fucking patient thing. Like, I don't want them sending emails to my fucking mother. I'll never find out about them. I've got to drive her to the bloody appointment. If they send her an email, no one will ever know.
Fair enough. But yeah, I personally prefer an email or a text too.
Yeah, for myself I'd much rather an email, because then I wouldn't have to drive to the fucking PO box.
The document bills climate change as one of the biggest threats to human health.
Oh, fuck.
This is what we were talking about. Like the next pandemic is going to be climate change, and all the stuff that was forced on us for the pandemic is going to be back out of the toolbox because it's a health emergency.
The climate lockdowns.
It really kind of seems like that's what we're ramping up for at this point. Like that language. Now climate is a health issue. Well, that must mean that the WHO has to get involved, and we know the WHO likes its lockdowns and its mandates and its Aldion says surprise power wash stream and surprise bath time for Bezek. Yeah, nobody was more surprised than Bezek.
No bath time for Bezek. That's what got me sick. I didn't get dried off probably after the last bath time.
You're in Australia. Just go outside and the sun will dry you.
It's 5 a.m.
I'm not seeing the issue. Well, that's not a happy sounding building.
No, Maureen's off to the movies. Have fun, Maureen.
I wonder what she's going to see. Hello, Skull. Oh god, he's gonna post the stream in Athens. I'm gonna get so much spurgery.
Isn't that some kind of hive of scum and villainy?
No, it's Carl's server.
Yeah, I know what I said.
It's going to be much spurgery.
I know what Carl's audience is like.
Hello, Marky. As it's like, I know Carl's audience. I was part of them.
I've seen chat on the later seaters. Someone needs to get in there with the simp hammer.
We're gonna need a bigger simp hammer.
We always need a bigger simp hammer.
I think clean. Right, what else did we see here? One of the biggest threats to human health, and stresses it will undoubtedly cause significant additional pressure for the NHS. Yeah, we are definitely heading for climate being the next
additional
pandemic.
Pressure for the NHS. Yep, so
that narrative's coming.
Banned, cigarettes completely banned. Alcohol banned.
Well,
then again, politicians like alcohol, so maybe not.
Well, they have.
Bottle shops are essential businesses, so we were reminded.
Yeah, we're definitely heading for that. No, people, well, you can't. The 15-minute cities are gonna, it's to stop you polluting so much. Maybe you can only go leave your house a couple days a week so that you can't pollute every day. The document. No, we did that one. It warns that those working in the health service will be some of the first to see the health effects of climate change, if they have not done so already, and calls on them to take action to reduce its impact.
Is this going to be another story of fucking Polynesian prostitutes, trans Pacific Islander prostitutes most affected by climate change or some crap? That was a real fucking story.
I don't know. However, Benny Pison from the Skeptical Think Part, don't care, described the document as seriously unethical. Well, that's one word for it. And called it for it to be scrapped. He says the potential to undermine the trusting relationship between doctor and patient and risk starting a heated debate.
Yeah, shut the fuck up and treat me for my illness, you stupid prick. LGM corrects me, it was Indonesian trans prostitutes that are most affected by climate change.
LGM says, ever since Disco left, no one is there to send the Simpson hoes to horny jail. I did have to bonk a lot with the no simping policy.
Sadly, simping seems to be encouraged now, and I don't like simps or sympathizers. That'll do.
Simp or simp sympathizers.
There we go, there's the shitty joke.
Patients will want to use their limited time with a doctor discussing their health rather than having a highly politicized issue pushed down their throat. No shit. Like,
fucking statement of the fucking year there, right?
This guy is just stating the obvious. The booklet says climate change is projected to cause an excess 250,000 deaths per year by 2050, although more than half of those are likely to be in Africa. The UK will not be immune from the direct effects of extreme heat and flooding or the inevitable arrival of climate refugees.
Fucking climate deaths in fucking Africa. You mean the entire continent where 80% of their food supply is from elsewhere? And maybe they wouldn't have any other fucking problems if we didn't feed them to the well past the point of sustainability.
Bracket.
This great thing over here. Oh, there we go.
Hello, Tiamat. This goes live. I haven't seen you live in a while. That is because I now have a really, really small disco, and she's really, really noisy.
A lot louder than George.
Yes. Although sometimes it's cute. But she has made streaming a little bit difficult because she doesn't understand when she's to not squeal.
Well, to be fair,
neither does Trim.
Animals or humans that you didn't seem to understand that. So, what would we like to clean next? A modern mansion?
Have we finished? Hang on, let me. I didn't get the. I didn't get the thing come up.
Expansion 3.
Oh, I didn't actually. I'm apparently still on 99%. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
there are two noisy people in here.
Why are you like this?
Let me just add Bezek cam.
Uh-oh, baby is making noises.
Bezek cam. Why are you not recording Discord. Can we see it now? Oh, we're getting my whole circle, but it's fine. I'm assuming that's why it wasn't actually capturing it before. Okay. Please hand to me, baby, then.
Sorry, I need to get a drink.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. We'll read some more article. Hello, bear. What's the matter? Don't whine. Don't whine. We'll read some more article. Oh, I apparently have to keep that up on the screen when it's recording you. That's okay. What on earth did I do with this? I have lost things. I've lost it. Refugees. That's what we were talking about. Climate refugees. In a section titled Communicating with Patients About Climate Change, it tells doctors you are uniquely placed as a trusted member of the community to discuss public health threats with patients. Do you want to take this monster back? She's kind of noisy for streaming me. Bye bye, baby. Bye. LGN says Gracie's making trim noises. Gracie is making trim noises. Right, we can go back off of Bezek Cam now. Right, where shall we go now? Oh, we need to come right out of it, don't we? Bezek? Bezek!
Yes? Yes, so, what do we feel like cleaning next? A modern mansion or a fireplace, or perhaps one of the seasonal specials such as the cruise ship or Santa's
The cruise ship sounds nice.
Yeah, that would probably...
And free.
Yeah.
Nice and free. Right.
Yes, very much importantly, free. So.
Oh, I just quit the game. I didn't mean to quit the game. For goodness sakes.
Oh, I still need to load in to bring Disco back. Yes, okay, we'll end the current multiplayer section. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I'm not even in. LGM says, clean Bezek. We will. Skull says, it's been a hot minute since you have come up in my YouTube feed. Again, because small human that makes trim noises.
Yes, Disco's very busy keeping a small human and a not so small human alive.
This is true. And they're both very noisy.
Why don't they just?
They are currently keeping each other busy. Although...
Wow, this is dirty.
I do need lock for studio door.
Yeah.
Yes, they do keep wandering in together.
And then one of them just legs it when you're not looking.
It does.
This is smaller than advertised.
Ah, you do not own the summer 2024. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right, game. Right, let's open Steam because it's free. I'm sure it's free.
Yes.
Which means I just need to go and find the darn thing. Right, let's see.
So some of the things we get to clean up are milkshake bubbles, grime, and hot sauce. Apparently there was a hot sauce related accident.
Power wash simulator.
Plenty of poo burping everywhere as well.
Power wash simulator. Now we need to find summer 2024. This one. Yes, I would like to have this. Why do I have to add it manually?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's base content for everyone. LGM says that it looks like the boat after Trim spent 4 weeks working in.
All right.
What the fuck is this?
Invite me now. It should work now.
Egg and bird poo.
Ugh.
We've got, yeah, that's lovely. Guess what we want? Invite the disco.
Yee. Play game.
Yeah. Prime says this is the aftermath of Trim doing a seagull genocide barbecue.
I could just imagine that, like, Trim would have fun making the ship look like this. He'd probably be proud of himself. He'd be like, oh, I did. What a great time, though. Yeah, we were...
Also, this feels smaller than advertised.
Yeah, I would have thought it'd be a big cruise ship.
Yeah. Apparently we're going to be a section of the cruise ship, though, which is less than optimal. Oh, no, shut up. I don't care about your garbage, right? Just go and find a ball.
Why is it clean?
Oh.
Why is it clean and then there's...
No, the ball. How did it get up there?
I win. Let's see.
Big beach ball.
Scott says, this looks like a good game I would enjoy. Just cleaning things, chat or listen to music. I mean, getting the arc. It says inch. I think he means itch. That might stop. This might stop me from buying arc again. I refuse to rebuy arc. Like, I refuse. And as much as I love arc.
Game that's 200 gigabytes.
As much as I love arc, and I could play it all day, I refuse to pay for it again.
That seems a bit broken.
And well, they did the what was basically a remaster, and they seem to have charged again for it. And from what I heard, they were charging again for the DLCs. And I've just heard the other day that mods are now paid. Somebody told me that, and I'm just like, yeah, no. I'm just not going to reward that in a publisher.
Well, then just go play Valheim instead.
And I love Ark, and I could pick it back up, and I could probably put another 4,000 hours into it. But I'm not going to repay for it. I'm just not going to do it.
That's perfectly reasonable. You shouldn't have to.
And yeah, at the same time, the publisher is about to bring out another game, which is like a space survival game, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna get my money. I don't have that much self-control. Well, maybe I can stream it, and then I'll have an excuse. It won't be a very good excuse. But it'll be an excuse.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fun. It does what it says on the tin. If you want action, it's not going to be action, but it's relaxing. You can just have fun watching things progressively get cleaner.
It's a lot better with a friend to chat with, I reckon. Especially with when we bring chat along. A nice chill hangout.
Yeah, I think it's the ideal kind of podcasting game, isn't it? You can just it's not too distracting, but there's always something going on, and it's quite satisfying to watch.
The articles are basically a preview for Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling we'll be talking about them.
To be fair, I sent you these, so you know you can still play them on Saturday. I'm sure we'll rant about them all over again, but
yeah, some of the audience who can only make it to the Saturday streams will probably be interested to know about the shenanigans the NHS is up with too.
It's just unreal.
Do you drive a petrol car? Then no medical treatment for you.
The guidance gives doctors some examples of what they could say to patients, including climate change means heat waves are becoming more frequent. Here's how heat can affect your health, or how your medication can make you more vulnerable to heat. Another says when cars burn petrol, they emit toxic air pollutants that can be bad for your health.
Yeah, and what does lithium mining do for the atmosphere, Mr. Doctor?
Remember to carry your inhaler, avoid busy roads, and consider wearing a mask outside.
Oh, fuck off. That's not going to do shit against the pollutants that come out of a car. They just want to get people fully oppressed and wearing the holy garments at all times.
The NHS has already started to adopt electric ambulances despite warnings about their reliability, and is committed to becoming net zero by 2040. That's what you want. That's what you want, is an ambulance that's likely to run out of battery on the way to the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as if we haven't already seen several police forces in the UK try electric vehicles and then go, yeah, sorry, we can't respond to any crime, all the cars are on charge.
Yeah, that's not what.
But
No.
I imagine they'll find a car if it's your untoward towards pedophiles.
I mean, one of the police forces was bragging about having charged a 13-year-old girl with the unrest that happened a while ago in the UK. And they were really pleased with themselves. They're like, we've charged a 13-year-old girl. And it's like, when I was that age, you know, if you were 13 and you were being a bit, you know, rowdy, you might have got taken into the police station for a scare. But they weren't about to try and ruin your life over it.
Yeah, but remember, Disco, if you break into people's houses and trespass for videos, that won't get you fucking arrested. Speaking of useless fucking police forces, West Yorkshire's back at it again.
Oh, I think I know what one you're talking about.
Well, yeah, West Yorkshire police has apparently solved all crime, so their latest trick is stealing cars from men that catcall women.
Yes, that's definitely the one I was thinking about.
Fucking West Yorkshire. Apparently there are no unsolved rapes or burglaries in West Yorkshire, so they can do fucking sting operations to steal cars off of men who've done fuck all.
You know, I was never really for the whole, you know, defund the police thing, but I might make an exception for the West Yorkshire police, because they are a parody.
The conclusion I've come to on the whole defund the police thing is that the police are the only people stopping me from owning machine guns. And if I had machine guns, well, I wouldn't need to worry about burglaries anymore.
That's true.
Well, you don't need police to investigate a burglary when all you need is a shovel to dispose of the burglar.
I know who did it. He's right there.
Yeah, in the pig pen. Prime says, did you know you exhale toxic gases when breathing and talking before thinking? Yeah, they'll be... I actually have seen articles whining about the amount of CO2 that a human fucking makes. Quite pathetic.
Oh, don't say that. That'll be the next thing. You'll go in to tell the doctor that you're pregnant and you need maternity care, and they'll be like, have you considered the climate impact of a baby?
Yeah, well, Jessica, have you considered that Muslim immigrants...
I'm not allowed to consider stuff. I'm not allowed to consider stuff like that. It's not legal.
Well, yeah, that's why
Q says no. Q said I'm not allowed to consider this kind of stuff.
You're not allowed to have another baby because some Muslim immigrant who has no place here needs to have another 10.
I'm not allowed to consider that.
Yes, thinking is illegal.
Let's see.
flu. Pro tip, folks. If you're feeling sick, don't fucking come in. And no, you don't need 47 experts and a test to tell you that you're sick. If you've got the sniffles, stay the fuck at home.
You say that, but a lot of employers penalize for that, which is just. I never understood. Like, I get it, you don't want to lose the productivity for the day. I get that. But at the same time,
Yeah.
if your entire staff force has it next week, then it was better for you to just lose that one person's day productivity than have your entire staff force be poorly.
Yeah, instead of losing one person's productivity for a couple of days, you now lose everyone in the building's productivity for a couple more days. Prime says you were diseased by someone else. I murdered myself from fine 2 headaches and migraine Tuesday evening/night. That doesn't sound like a Saturday. What are you doing worrying on Tuesdays? Saturday is worry day.
Well, Saturday's Black Belt Day.
Yes. Saturday is share all the news articles just sent to me with other people today.
Yeah. It's true. All for the week, I'm like, Bezek here. And Bezek like, for fuck's sake. File it away. Fuck's sake, file it away.
It's like, oh, what stupid thing has the UK government done this time?
Yeah, that's just more of the same in the article. So then there was this one, right? So it's along the same kind of lines. And it's talking about, like, medical students and what they're being taught, allegedly.
Not fucking medicine, apparently.
Future doctors will be expected to consider the climate impact of inhalers.
Yes, consider something completely irrelevant to the treatment of someone. Oh, sorry, your asthma's not bad enough. You're just going to have to wish you were dead.
Have you considered MAID? It's more climate effective, you know. So yeah, medical students will be taught green prescribing, which involves encouraging patients to take up activities such as tree planting.
Such as what now?
Tree planting. So,
what the
are
fuck?
you going to tell asthma patients that instead of having an inhaler, they should go plant a fucking tree?
Like, are they going to require evidence that you've planted 25 trees before they give you the fucking inhaler? And if you die of a fucking asthma attack while you're planting the trees, which totally won't have anything you might be allergic to in them, that's not the doctor's problem.
I mean, maybe it's just how the article's worded, but it certainly sounds like they're going to suggest to asthma patients that instead of an inhaler, they should plant a tree. Those would be the climate-related deaths. Well,
just go plant a tree.
Yeah, LGM, these might be the climate-related deaths.
Yeah, that'll be it. See, climate change is bad. It's causing more deaths. Never mind the fact that we told all doctors to stop giving inhalers.
Future doctors will be expected to take the climate impact of inhalers into account, medical school leaders have said. They will also have more training on how to recognize and treat heat stroke, mosquito-borne diseases, blah, blah, fine. Like, they should know how to treat diseases anyway, to be fair.
Sounds like they're being inadequately trained already.
Like, they should be able to know these things regardless. Like, we do occasionally have heat waves. People do go abroad and come back with things like malaria. Like, you absolutely should know how to treat them.
Well, it's not the people that go abroad and come back with malaria that are going to be the problem, because British people going overseas is going to be illegal because it's
Oh, yeah, that's true.
too bad for the climate. So
Yeah,
all the
that's
malaria treatment will be for the foreigners that come over pre-diseased.
I'm not allowed an
And that'll be
opinion on
such
that.
a benefit to the NHS.
I'm not allowed an opinion on that. It's illegal.
But I'd want my free trip to the UK after the police try and fucking extradite me for saying things on the internet. Fucking dickheads they are. Yeah, it's like, go on, try it, British coppers. I'll make a fortune off all the fucking interview deals. Yeah, I'll go on fucking Crowder or some shit. Talk about how I got fucking extradited to the UK for a fucking tweet.
And then the West Yorkshire police showed up at my door. I was like, that lesbian nana cunt.
Yeah. God, the British establishment just keeps fucking embarrassing the entire nation every fucking day.
Yes. Insiders stress that the curriculum is yet to be finalised. I mean, it shouldn't even be being considered, let's be fair.
Yeah. Oh, it hasn't been finalised. How about fuck off with the whole thing?
Like,
none of that's for friggin' medicine.
The initiative, overseen by the European Network on Climate, Health and Education. Well, that's the problem.
The European Union.
Why are we listening to the EU in the first place? We left. Which is made up of a group of 25 medical schools led by the University of Glasgow. Again, why are we in it? Never mind, we're leading it. Why are we in it?
Sounds like another organisation that needs to be fucking defunded.
University of Glasgow will bring climate lessons into the curriculum of more than 10,000 students.
No, fuck off.
That'll be alongside their DEI training, their gender studies training, their bias
I'll go
training.
Don't forget their anti-Tate training, because that's something they're going to roll out in schools in Victoria. Now, anti-Tate training.
To be fair, this is medical school, so they probably have already had that.
That would be the suggestion.
I don't get me wrong. I do not like Andrew Tate. I cannot stand the man. I think at best he's a degenerate con man.
Literally, at best. At best, he is an oversized, completely useless, unremittent college fuckboy.
Like, I do not like him at all. But anti-Tate training, really?
Well, there's a domestic violence crisis, don't you know? That'll be the next one doctors will get training on if they haven't already.
See, the problem with...
Ask every woman you meet if she's ever argued with her partner, and if she has, call the police.
The problem with Tate, like, occasionally he will regurgitate normally something that Jordan Peterson said and say, you know, basically he's a broken clock. He's right twice a day. But because the media have already, like, tried to cancel people like Jordan Peterson who are making these points, but, you know, not being quite as obnoxious, then you end up with the Andrew Tates of the world.
Well, the problem with Andrew Tate is that he is Anita Sarkeesian's wet dream. Andrew Tate is a pre-packaged ball of everything that feminists fucking fantasize about. He is the perfect man according to feminism.
It's true. Like, why could we not have let people have Jordan Peterson? Like, you took away all the good role models for young men And they found out with Andrew Tate.
That's it. All the good role models are too friggin' scared to go anywhere near politics because they just want to make money and look after their families. And then you get some loser like Andrew Tate who'll say anything for $1 and gives no shits about other people's opinion of him because he's a narcissist. And then like you say, he copies the one thing, something that Jordan Peterson or someone says, and then he gets the fucking right grifter crowd sucking on his dick. Like all the fucking trade conservatives like Andrew Tate is what you're thinking is a good example of masculinity. No. Just because he once said, haha, feminism dumb. Andrew Tate is the last guy I would ever suggest if someone asked me for an example, a positive example of masculinity.
Oh, absolutely. But the media have gone out of their way to cancel or discourage people from being positive role models for young boys,
Yeah.
and so we're left with Andrew Tate because Andrew Tate is the bad smell that won't go away.
And well, not worse than that, they fucking love him. By they, I mean the mainstream media, the government, they love him.
Well, he sells papers, doesn't he?
He does. He's everything that they think that men are, or wish that men were, or some shit. Like, the only time I hear about that sucker shit lately is either a new charge out of Romania, or when the media fucking whines about him. He doesn't come up in my YouTube recommendations. He doesn't show up on Reddit. The only time I hear about him is when the fucking government whines about him and goes, oh, there's a crisis because young boys are seeing Andrew Tate on the internet.
Well, stop taking away their other role models then.
Well, that's it. You've taken away every good man, and the only thing left is the shit stains that won't fuck off. And that's Andrew Tate. But I just can't get over how the grifters on the right just jumped straight on his dick when he said, haha, feminism bad, lol.
Well, like I said, he occasionally, somewhat poorly, regurgitates something that somebody far smarter than him has said. Normally a Jordan Peterson point or something along those lines. Where, you can't disagree with him because he's actually regurgitating a decent point. And instead of being like, okay, well, broken clock's right twice a day, you get certain people on the right who are like, oh, what a good bloke, yeah, what a top bloke. No, he's not a top bloke.
He's an absolute piece of shit.
At
Like,
best,
the best case scenario
he's a con
is
man.
that
And he's a
he's
degenerate.
a con man who treats women like shit.
Like, we all talk against things like OnlyFans, like, for degeneracy.
Yep.
Prostitution, basically. But it's apparently something to look up to when there's a pimp involved.
Well, that's it. Like, the best case scenario is that he's an OnlyFans pimp.
Like, I'm not even touching on the...
is that he's Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I'm not even touching on the accusations, because we haven't been through the trials yet, so,
Exactly.
fine. Innocent until proven guilty. But we do know that he has an OnlyFans business, which goes against most of these people's moral principles.
Well, most of these people's moral principles is, I can make money by siding with this figure. He's saying things that my audience agrees with. Is he a piece of shit? Doesn't matter. People will pay money to see him. Meanwhile, like, if they wanted to find some bold ex-martial artist, Joe Rogan, all day long. Like, Joe Rogan's a far better example of masculinity. He's a successful businessman, has kids, fit and strong. But no, we've got to hang around with the friggin' loser.
And then you've also got Andrew Tate talking about, produce more children, but he's not talking about like being a dad.
Oh no, he's talking about
being a sperm donor.
Protection.
Oh, if you're only having kids with one woman, what are you doing, man? You should spread your seed further. Okay, well, who's bringing your children up, though? Like, where's their father figure?
More single mothers disco, which is exactly what the right wants.
Just...
He's the fucking antithesis to everything we actually want, and people are hanging off of his fucking dick like he's the second coming of Jesus.
He is. He's definitely my pet peeve.
People are stupid. That's the one of the big takeaways. Doesn't matter what side they're on, they're still stupid people.
We need to gatekeep better. We don't... Somebody is not our guy just because they regurgitated 1 or 2 points of somebody else's.
I'm going to attempt to imitate Trump with my cult. There are some very stupid people on both sides.
Almost. The twang came through at the end. The Aussie twang came through at the end.
Yeah.
Right, where was we? Inhalers.
The article of stupidity.
Doctors need to view. Students will be taught green prescribing, in which doctors should encourage patients to take up activities such as community gardening and tree planting. This alongside active travel, which includes walking or cycling rather than driving. Both activities offer health benefits to individual well-being, positive for the environment.
Fuck the environment, but yes, people should probably walk more.
Yeah, but the doctor shouldn't be... Well, I mean, walking, fine. If the doctor's like, you should take up more exercise. Why don't you go for a walk? That's fine. That's actually health advice. Telling someone, why don't you go plant a tree instead of me prescribing you the drugs that you need, that's not health advice.
Yeah. And community gardening, fuck off. I don't want to talk to the kind of losers that do community gardening.
It's true.
I want my own garden without the community in it. Or the council for that fucking matter. And I don't want to have to register my goddamn chickens.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing over here. Apparently now we have to register like any birds over here. Like even if you have a budgie, you gotta register.
Yeah, because of my bird flu. Well, they're going to spend several $100 million on a new program over here about preparation, including the V word for bird flu. It's like, how about fuck off? You burnt all the trust I had in medicine, so no, fuck off.
Well, that's the problem. They have burnt everybody's trust, haven't they?
Yeah. You lied to me. I caught you lying, and then you told me to not believe my lying eyes. So everything else you say is suspect. Well done.
Good job. Good job.
Follow the science. Don't do your own research. They say in flying in the face of the scientific method.
Let's move on to this. So, what might you think? Because obviously over here, the government's focusing on the unemployed and the long-term sick. They've decided that that's where they're going to recoup their money for the black hole that they've apparently found in the budget. And so that they would really like to get more people into work. So, what would you think might help the unemployed and long-term sick get back into work?
Ooh, the unemployed and the long-term sick. What might help them get into it? Well, maybe they could use a qualification or a car license, a forklift license perhaps. Or perhaps they could use some funding to get some work, suitable clothing possibly.
See, I was thinking things like, we could make sure that they get the treatment that they need so that whatever illness is keeping them off work.
Talk to the doctor about anything other than the climate, so that's out.
Yeah. Well, I've got some good news for you, Bezek, because the unemployed people are to be given weight loss jabs to get them back into work.
Yes, I'm sure that that's not a complete violation of any and all human rights.
So the new health secretary, who looks about as stupid as you might imagine him to, what is to hand obese patients drugs to prevent them holding back the economy.
Sorry, repeat that. I'm going deaf as well as dumb.
A health secretary to hand obese patients drug to prevent them from holding back the economy.
Holding back the economy, Jesus Christ. But instead we'll import fucking Muslims with 37 children and no skills.
I'm not allowed an opinion on that. It's illegal.
Stop noticing things, that's illegal.
I'm allowed to notice things. Unemployed people will be given weight loss jabs under government plans to get them back to work. Wes Streeting, again, who looks about as stupid as you might imagine him to, has said the new class of medication will have a monumental impact on obesity and in getting Britain working.
As LGM points out in chat, that's awfully fat-phobic of them.
Well, yes, it is, but it's also making the uneducated, because these people that we're not talking about doctors saying that, this would help you. We're talking about you being basically prescribed it through the Department of Work and Pensions.
Yeah, if you don't get your fortnightly weight loss needle, you can't have any fucking food at all. You can't pay bills. Yeah, that sounds like we know.
So, this is a massive assumption, because I'm sure there are some people who maybe could work a little easier if they lost a couple pounds. I mean, we've all seen Lizzo.
Yeah.
But
you know what the really crazy thing is? If they turned around and said, we're going to start a voluntary program where unemployed people can show their, their fucking benefits card or whatever the fuck you guys have over there and get this treatment for free, they'd have a massive uptake.
Or if they said, we think this might help people get back into work or, have less sick days or whatnot, we are going to make it more easily available on the NHS.
Yeah.
Then that would be one thing. But this seems to be like, they're like, we will recruit unemployed people. Okay, that to me sounds like we will tell them that is the requirement to get their benefits.
That's exactly what it sounds like. And that's probably exactly what they need.
And in that case, it does. Considering they can't get to CGPs, are we going to be having who's going to be prescribing this medication? The work coach?
Of course.
I mean, that's terrifying.
Well, they'll just get some nurse from Pakistan to come over to administer the jabs for them.
That's terrifying, and because not every medication is suitable for every person. Even if this medication is a net positive. And I know some people have had similar medications, and some of them have said it was the worst medication they've ever been on, and some have said it's a wonder drug. So it reacts differently to different people. But if you have a bad reaction to it, or even if you just don't want to put that kind of crap in your body, then what? You starve?
Seems that way.
What
Well,
if
it's just
your
another
illness
example
has
of the
nothing to
government
do with
encouraging people
obesity?
It's just the government going, don't think, take medication.
Or maybe, you know, in a lot of cases, and in a lot of cases it is people generally overeating, but some medications do have weight gain as a side effect.
Yep, SSRIs are a good example.
Are we going to start trying to medicate the fat off of people whose medication for the illnesses that they're signed off work for? We're now going to give them anti-fat drugs to try and make them lose weight, as if that's somehow going to get rid of their other illnesses? Like, it's just...
Yeah, sounds about right.
Because there's going to be no nuance in this, because it's not going to be a doctor with your full health profile that's going to be doing this. It's going to be a checkbox. Probably a pair of scales in the job centre. Like,
remember when they wanted to make a certain other injection mandatory for the unemployed?
I don't think they did that. They tried to do that over here, but they probably did that to you.
They talked about it. They definitely talked about it over here, so I assume they talked about it over there.
I mean, granted, we didn't have quite as big a nanny state at the time.
No. So how did no seats work out for you guys?
I mean, to be fair, the Tories, they had to be punished. Like, there was no way they could be allowed to continue as
it's
they
just
were.
a shame the rest of the country is getting punished as well.
Yeah. Like, their 0 seats would have been very much deserved. They deserved the pounding that they got. Unfortunately, Nigel just hadn't been campaigning long enough. I think another 6 months he probably could have done a lot better than he did, but I mean, he did phenomenally in terms of votes cast. For what I think was like 6 weeks campaigning. And, well, Labour seemed to be speed running, making the country hate them. So, I mean, if there's still a country in 5 years, maybe we'll be okay.
Well, we'll see what Keir Weimar will do to the country then.
Free gear, Keir.
Yes, Selgium, those are portraits.
Portraits. Kitties!
There's lots of kitties.
So yeah, it's about as bad as it sounds. Mr. Strain announced a £280 million investment from Lilly, the world's largest pharmaceutical company, in developing new medicines and ways to deliver treatment. That also sounds terrifying.
Oh, excellent.
The plans will include the first real-world trial of the drug's effect on worklessness, productivity, and reliance on the NHS.
Well, yes, I'm sure that not being fat helps with all those things. In fact, I can personally vouch to it. But it's none of the government's fucking business.
And, you know, I assume that they're going to try and, you know, help people with advice on exercise and healthy diets before they start jabbing them with drugs that have side effects.
No, just take drugs. Because the pharmaceutical company doesn't make any money whatsoever from vegetables.
Maybe they should invest in vegetables, because their vegetables is really expensive.
Yeah. Well, maybe people would be less likely to be fat if healthy food was fucking affordable. But we can't do anything about that.
It may be related.
Well, maybe if people didn't need fucking permission from 73 government bodies to start a backyard garden.
Maybe if it hadn't been illegal to go to the gym for a year. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we shouldn't have made it illegal for people to go to the gym.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, speaking of. So the fascist behind the world's longest can't go outside ban outside of China is now has a new six-figure job at a company that focuses on teenagers' mental health.
Oh.
Despite the fact that during his ban on going outside, teen suicide rates doubled.
I bet they did.
Bezek requires drugs, all that to say.
Time for Bezek's bath.
Right, stop that. I already been over this, how the last bath is what made me get sick. Ah, Swirly! To the face.
Swirly!
Be gone with you, foul woman.
You left your character unattended. Let's see. He wrote, as a country, we're eating more, eating less healthily, and exercising less. Well, again, should not have locked people in their houses and away from gyms. Like, I wonder how many people packed on the pounds while they were not allowed to go to the gym.
Oh, thousands, we know this. But ignore the consequences. It could have been so much worse if they hadn't.
He wrote as the costs to the individual are clear, a less healthy and shorter life. Yeah, but that's not your business.
Sorry, why would I want to live longer? They get to explain that to me. Why do I want to live longer? Oh, don't drink, don't smoke, don't eat junk food, you'll live longer. It's like, yeah, and what are the benefits of that? Yeah, I want to spend the last 20 years of my life in a fucking nursing home with a bunch of people who can't tell the, not, what is it, 999 that I'm not breathing.
Yeah. Let's see. Our widening waistbands are also placing significant burden on the health service.
Yeah, that's all they care about, the holy fucking NHS.
Costing $11 billion a year, even more than smoking. Do you know what's costing billions per year? Sending money overseas for foreign climate aid.
Yeah, how many billions has the UK sent to Zelensky? How many years of the NHS have been wasted on someone else's useless war?
Last month, excess weight is linked to a host of deadly health conditions, including heart disease, cancer, type. We know this, but again, you can't just force people to take medication that they don't want.
Well, as the last 2 years have established, the government fucking thinks they can.
Last month's forecast suggests the number of workers on long-term sick leave would increase by more than 50% in 5 years. And again, the assumption that being obese is the only reason that these people are sick is laughable. It's like, okay, maybe some of them, but if you're not an expert on this person's health, and you're going to have somebody who's probably on minimum wage prescribe them.
The company that makes the drug needs more money.
You're going to have somebody who's probably on minimum wage, who has no access to their health records, turn around and just decide on a checkbox that the reason this person's not working is because they're fat, And therefore, if you give them this medication that you have no idea as how it's going to affect them, that they will simply appear back in work.
But you aren't being treated because we need to talk about climate change. Therefore, the only thing wrong with you must be that you're fat. Then again, maybe that's the other part of the plan. Less people on long-term sickness benefits if they can't get a doctor to agree that they're sick.
The new trial aims to gather the first real-world evidence of the effects of the drug sold on, I don't care about its brand name, it's basically Ozempic under a different name, on non-clinical outcomes such as the economy. The drug has been shown in clinical trials to be more effective than Ozempic. Okay. So it's probably even harsher on the system. And also, what are the long-term side effects of taking a drug that, like, obviously stops your body from processing food properly? You're not fixing their diet, you're not fixing their exercise, and you're giving them a drug that is gonna apparently melt the fat off of them. Like, that seems to me like there might be some long-term implications of that we're just not entirely sure about. No?
Long-term implications of the next government.
And if people want it and it helps them, then sure. But again, like, if you're going to start trying to strong-arm people into it, that's where I draw the line.
Well, that's the thing. If they turned around and said that if people on the unemployment could have Ozempic for free, they would have massive take-up, I reckon. Because there's a lot of fat unemployed people who are fat because they're unemployed, which means they don't go anywhere or do anything. So they just eat cheap garbage. I'm sure there's a lot of them that would happily take it up if it was entirely voluntary. LGM says that apparently Ozempic weakens the bones, so that's going to really help the NHS, isn't it? It's clearly not about the NHS, it's about whoever this company is getting more taxpayer money.
Yeah, they seem to have made a deal with the health secretary.
Yeah, because that's totally not fucking dodgy. But the whole thing's just ridiculous. It's none of the government's fucking business. Alternatively, if the government actually wanted people to get healthy, they could fucking give people a gym voucher. Yeah, I imagine a lot more people would go to the gym if the government turned around and went, yeah, your local 24-hour gym, you can just go there whenever you want while you're on the unemployment.
Yeah, you know what? In this, it says something like the jab works out about monthly cost of £120, and that would be, I guess, would be per person. So I think the argument they're trying to make is it's cheaper to pay £120 a month for the jab for this person than it is to give them unemployment benefits, which would be $1,000. Okay, but surely giving them a voucher to buy some fruit and veggies, and like maybe make it that it can only be spent on fruit and veggies, like this particular voucher could only be spent on fruit and veggies. Like, in addition to your benefits, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna give you, here's a £30 voucher that gives you money off fruit and veg. And here is a month, and we will also pay a monthly gym subscription, which is what, like, I don't know, like £20 a month or something. So
I mean, you can get ones for like £100 a month if you want like a pool and a spa. But if you just want a fucking treadmill and some weights, yeah, like 20 quid a month.
Okay, so there's £50 a month instead of 120. So I've already saved an extra amount there.
Line of bands.
And I'm not going to give people nasty side effects.
And it's also all voluntary. Come here, ladder. Oh dear.
Government just looking for quick fixes that are and not caring about what the long-term consequences are.
Yeah, that's the government for you. They know that they're fucked at the next election.
It is almost like they've realised that the next election they're going to be screwed, and so they're just speed running at this point.
Yeah, getting as much as they can, and hope that the next government is too busy on other things to undo all the damage they've done. God. Friggin' politicians.
So yeah, that was what I had to rant about today. Just.
Yeah.
I was also having a look at the idea that, you know how they wanted to do the I haven't properly looked into this, but it did make me chuckle when I read it. You know how they wanted to start taxing private school tuition?
I don't think I remember that one, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so they wanted to add VAT to private school tuitions to fund the public schools getting new teachers or something. That's the narrative. Like, we're adding VAT to private school tuition fees so that we can fund more teachers that we've promised but don't have the money for. Except for apparently, now, as I say, I haven't actually been through the ins and outs of it, but it did make me chuckle if it's true. If they add VAT to the tuition fees, the schools are no longer they can now file for tax returns and refunds on expenses over the last decade, because it must be backdated.
Yeah, that sounds about fucking right.
And so the claim now is that it's going to cost HRMC billions in tax refunds.
God, the government's stupid. That sounds like exactly the kind of stupidity the government will.
And it just, I do you know what? I really hope it's true.
That would be hilarious.
At this point, you know, we're fucked anyway. I may as well have a good laugh.
Yeah, I'm so sick of all these commie idiots whining about private schools. Like, no, you get so much per kid in funding, and then if parents want to throw in extra, they should fucking well be allowed to. But it's unfair.
It's envy, isn't it? It's just envy.
Oh,
and do you know what the best of it is? Like, because I did have a quick, brief kind of look at the headlines on it when I read this claim, and there's a lot of people saying like this is gonna hurt kids with special needs like the most, because a lot of them weren't getting the help that they needed in public schools, and so the parents have put them in private schools because the private school is willing to accommodate the special needs because they're being paid to.
Yeah, well, it's a lot easier to afford an additional individual assistant when you get an extra, I don't know, fucking 10 grand a year from the parents or some shit.
But if those parents have to pull the kids out of the school, then you're hurting.
You can't afford an extra 4 grand.
You're hurting you're hurting the kids with special needs. So well done, Labour. First you came for the elderly, then you came for the long-term sick and disabled, and now they're coming for the special kids.
Well, we knew they were coming for the special kids. They'll drug him up and do whatever the fuck they like to him. The government really is pure fucking evil.
So I really do hope that the schools are able to file for tax returns.
That would be hilarious.
Because it would just be karma. It would just be absolute karma because it's just envy.
It is. It's just four fags whining.
You've got something. It's like saying that, you know, reading to your children gives them an unfair advantage, so you should think twice about it.
That's the point.
Every bloody night.
Well, I can speak from personal experience that one of the things that helped me best in life is that my mother read to me constantly.
Bezek, look.
Yes, I found a pile of gnomes.
Oh no.
Can we play conkers with the gnomes?
I don't know, can we?
Where's Disco?
Can we put the gnome down the slide?
Ooh. Come on.
Try pushing him with your pressure washer.
Get down with you. It doesn't like it.
Oh.
Oh, no, maybe? No. That's disappointing.
Okay, right, so what are we missing? What are we missing? Walls. Mural dolphin, palm bases, wall mural, side ladder, palm leaves, life boys.
There's a life thing?
No, life boys.
Like blind? Oh, life boys, yeah. I think my ears are getting clogged from this fucking head cold.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
That
climb
just
up
dies.
there. Where's the steppy stool? Come on, steppy.
Oh, that's what I was looking for. Where do I put my ladder?
Oh, we might need a bigger ladder. Oh, you've got the big ladder.
I do. I need it for the stinking mule. Ooh, it's very dirty. Nope, there's part of it, at least. Oh, pardon me.
Get the old swirly out. There we go. You might have to do the palm leaves if you've got the ladder.
Ah! Taken thing. That wasn't a big burp, LGM. That was a baby burp.
There's no baby in here.
No, but that was me.
Woo! Jump,
Right,
jump,
so where
jump,
is...
jump.
Oh, that palm tree. Did you want a ladder?
I don't know which part. No, that one over there has all the dirty bits.
Yeah, it'll definitely be this one over here.
Ah! Fell in the pool. I fell in the pool.
This guy fell all the way in.
I did. Ah, found the dirty bits. I found them. There we go.
Well, it is pretty much this tree.
Palm trunk. Is it this one?
Well, there's two of them. Well, that's the leaves done at least. And it's not this trunk, surprisingly. There's this one.
Side ladder. So that's got to be one
Side
of these
ladder.
now. Infinity pull ladder. No, it's not. What's slide ladder?
Probably one for this itty bitty slide here. Where are you, dirty?
On
Why
the
are you
bottom.
dirty?
Underneath.
Oh,
There we go.
that apparently did it.
We did.
Yay.
Oh, that's a nice time lapse.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's great. We need more like that. That made the whole thing worth it.
Yeah, I wish it had been the whole ship. Give more shippies. More shippies. Okay.
So we need more ship.
Yes.
Uh,
Alright, what's next, Mr. Bezek?
well, what's next is either Santa's Workshop.
I
which
bet I
at
haven't
this point
downloaded
might
that.
as well save for Christmas. Or I think there's Muckingham Files 4.
Let's do. Yeah, I think I might have downloaded Muckingham Files 4. Maybe.
Yes, so that's the Modern Mansion and the Fire Aid.
Let's do that. Hopefully I've already downloaded it. If not. Huh, there's apparently
We'll
a pool.
find out. Is
There's
it going
apparently
to-
a pool cleaning simulator, but it has mixed reviews.
But that sounds like it'd be get a bit repetitive quickly. Let's see, Modern Mansion. Oh, this will end the current multiplayer session. That's really unhelpful.
Oh well, you'll just have to
Thank you,
re-invite me. Hello, Blade. Good morning. Are you in Bezek land?
If he is, it is 7 a.m. on my side.
It must be
They've
Bezek
got
land.
us what
has
is
to
in other stupid sites.
Well, yes, Blade's in Bezek land.
Yeah. Is Blade in stupid daylight savings land or slightly less stupid Bezek land?
I
Holy
couldn't tell you.
So Disco, I'm afraid I do have to inform you that communists have been here. I'm not even kidding.
Is this
Look.
the modern mansion?
This is the Modern Mansion. Friggin' commies have been here. And you know how you can tell it's the Modern Mansion? Because it looks like shit even without the dirt.
See, this is what my YouTube channel looks like right now after the communists have been on it.
Demonetized. Stupid YouTube.
Bezek will be a little bit echoey because I was asked to turn him up, and now he's probably coming through the speakers.
And yeah, if I sound far away from the mic, that's just because I'm dying. I have the non-specific sniffles. So I've stopped caring about the text messages because they're dumb.
Yeah, the writing in this
And
case
my
is
voice
weird.
isn't great.
Yeah, maybe we should have had that stream yesterday instead of today.
Ah, well.
Ah,
At least baby is being taken care of now.
she is. Although I haven't heard distressed dad noises in a while, so either she's asleep, he's asleep, or he's given up.
He's just taking baby to the ball shop. One for him, one for baby.
I mean, she might have fell asleep.
LGM wants to know if I'll be well enough for Soul Slow. I should be well enough to show up and host, but I have a feeling that Bleach is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting for us. I don't think I'll be reading many articles in full.
Hello, Jesus. Oh,
Hello,
just
Jackson.
they are both still awake. I've just heard them.
They should both be watching the stream. We need the views.
We are,
need
in
watch hours.
fact, I do. I cannot get repartnered until I re-get all my watch hours, which is just poo.
It is. It's so dumb.
Punished. Places I could send you a voice clip of me being distressed, then you would have heard distressed dad noises. It's alright, I just heard him being like, hey! She was beating him up earlier. I could hear him being beaten. Well, she was probably climbing over the top of him, but you would think she was beating him up by the noises that he makes. Oh.
That's adorable.
So is this actually the Modern Mansion map?
Yes. Do you know how it's a modern mansion? How to tell it's a modern mansion, Disco? So it looks like ours. That's how you know it's modern.
That's true.
I think it's said that around, and it wasn't right then first time.
It wasn't one of those that go better with age either.
No.
Like fine milk. I think they can be on anything on the channel. Shorts are on a separate view counter, but it can be on any of the videos, like VODs or. Yeah, it's like 3 million views or something. But no, on general content, I think it's 4,000 hours I need to hit, and it had to reset it, so I have to start again.
I think they did make a change where you need a slightly lower number to get channel memberships.
I had channel memberships.
I know you did.
I got special emojis for members and everything. Like, I commissioned emojis off Trim, and now I can't even use them. Thank you, YouTube.
And now YouTube's not letting you use the thing you spent money on.
Yeah, I'll probably end up having to put them on Discord, but they were supposed to be special for, you know, the paid members.
Yeah, but I think it's a slightly lower watch time to get that back, because there's 2 levels of monetization now, apparently.
Yes. Pain in the bum. At least I still have Streamlabs, but it's still a pain in the bum.
It is. It's not nice of them to make it inconvenient.
No. Especially not because I didn't break any rules. I didn't, you know, do anything to...
But Disco, don't you understand that as a white woman, having a child is the worst thing you could possibly do?
I guess so. Aw, that is appreciated.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous trying to get watch hours and things.
It was a silly thing for them to add anyway.
Streams when it gets back.
Like, I remember when they added that, and you know, it really hit people who did like animation hard as well, because animation you spend so much time on for such a small amount of actual video time.
Yeah. Oh, I need to sit down and actually make some pre-recorded content for this channel, and pre-recorded content for the other channel.
Oh, I don't have time to be doing that.
I'm thinking I might do the original Pharaoh and Cleopatra games as pre-recorded content rather than streams.
Have you never thought about doing, because I know you did the Humble Bundle thing and went through their games. I don't know if you ever thought about getting the Game Pass instead and just doing, because they got tons of stuff on there.
That might be more worthwhile.
Like, I gave in the end and bought the Game Pass, because there's just, like, there's a bunch of games on there that I probably would end up buying. And I'm like, well, I can just play them until I get bored. And by then they're off the Game Pass.
That's how cool it is.
So, you'd probably be able to milk some content out of that.
Probably. Though I'm not sure what I need to do about the format, because it was mostly just complaining about how all the games in the Humble Bundle sucked. Which, I don't know, sometimes it might have been a little too harsh. Because you know how you get more critical when you're trying to review for an audience, but all the games were shit. Like, that's mostly why I stopped it. I couldn't keep spending money on fucking 10 garbage games.
Yeah, well, at least with the Game Pass, you're gonna get some that
There's at
are.
least a couple good ones.
You'll
Yeah.
get a couple of gems in there. Just a thought, anyway.
No, yeah, I'll definitely have a look.
What is Disco's sin? Motherhood? Nope, it's because she's a scum. Yeah, that's probably it. No, my sin was that while I was off having a small tiny human who would make a lot of noise on stream, I wasn't doing so many streams. And so YouTube was like, well, you have not made us enough content to continue to be monetized. And so we shall take it from you.
Yeah.
So they kicked me out of the partnership.
Very kind, YouTube. How very helpful.
Considering the requirements to get into the partnership were apparently when they first brought it in and they were like, oh, this is why you have to jump through all these hoops. It was so that channels couldn't just like make a channel, monetize it, and then like steal a bunch of content and have cashed in on it before they got caught. Like, that's what that was about. So this whole you're not active enough, but we've already verified that you're a legit creator and you're a legit channel and you're not out to break all the rules and you're not pirating. Like, I don't understand this. Why they would boot you out of the partnership program for that and make you jump back through the hoops that
makes no sense at all.
we're supposed to verify that you were a legit creator. Evening is Ian. I want to say Ian. The chat's a bit far away.
That's what it looks like. But that's the weird, the strangest way of spelling Ian I've ever seen.
I'm sure I've seen it spelled that way before.
Way.
It does, but I don't think that's a small L. Again, the chat's on my furthest away monitor, so it might be.
You know, I think the best performing video I've got on this channel is I think episode 2 of Power Washing. Apparently it got caught in the recommendations for someone actually large who played it. Which is fun.
I think mine was it's probably the Babies video, which is old, very old. But now coming back into its own because that's become mainstream now, which is terrifying. Because when I covered it, it was both very depressing but also niche.
Yeah, it was literally government policy.
It's not niche, which is even more depressing. But other than that, gaming-wise, I think it's Pipes of Sadness, and I really need to start doing a few shorts off of our old streams to see if I can milk that shorts algorithm. Yeah. Apparently YouTube like it when you caress the shorts algorithm.
Weird trim noises.
I actually really want to make a short of is it Boar, our fella from Rimworld? His great escape, I think, was perhaps our greatest stream moment. Did you know they're now gonna make shorts that you can have shorts that are up to 3 minutes long, which was the only reason that I hadn't made a short of that was because it was too long. So.
Well, frustratingly, I have a lot of shorts that would have been perfect for about 1:20 long.
Where's the monkey?
Time the trim landed Banshee on top of himself. That was fucking hilarious.
Well, apparently, I think it's later this month that they want to increase shorts to be up to 3 minutes long.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
So I'm actually looking forward to that.
Blade wants to know where is the monkey.
Well, he was in Bezek's chat last we saw him.
He's probably at the pub.
He's probably at the pub. He's normally.
Speaking of the monkey, the DLC for Factorio can't be too far away from release.
It's not, although it is definitely gonna have to wait until payday.
Yes. But I wonder if it works on Krabentosh. And we can force the monkey to do space factorial.
I'm not sure. It does or it probably will. Or
Well,
have
certainly we'll
cross-platform
stream
with
playing
him.
Angel Bobs.
Because he played with us last time.
He did.
He will not play the modded though. Cannot get to play the modded Angel Bobs. Cannot get to do it. But yeah, I'll have to wait till payday because Steam's gonna say no.
Yeah.
But yes, we can definitely do that once it comes out because I'm really looking forward to the new Factorio DLC.
I'm looking forward to Space Trains.
Of course, you're looking
By the way,
forward to
for
Space
excellent
Trains.
content.
I was like, trains, more trains, flying trains.
Well, the best thing about it is living on literally the opposite side of the Earth, and if I want to hit space to shoot, the lag just freaks out and wrecks everything. So it's like, can't really combat too good. Send the monkey to the front lines, I shall play with trains.
To be fair, Monkey really enjoyed. We just gave him a flamethrower and pointed him at the
He
bug.
did an excellent job.
And he had great fun. I had
He killed all the bugs.
sadness with the pipes. You had
Yeah.
fun with the trains, and Monkey had fun with the bugs. Everybody won.
Yeah.
Chat enjoyed watching me be sad.
Oh, when Shatter enjoys you being sad, that works out for you anyway.
You need to wait till the money arrives from Swindon. That takes forever. Well, no, I don't actually work in the lower tiers anymore. I left right before I had the baba.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to watch a podcast if there's a screaming baby in the room.
Yeah.
Which I suppose doesn't really make a difference because now they have Connor. And for some reason, the producer seems to think people want to hear him.
Yeah, I wanted to do working from more at home with having the baby here, and it just wasn't something that they could accommodate at the time.
No, which is a shame.
And so it was not bad terms or anything. It just wasn't anything that they couldn't accommodate me working from home, and so I decided to step away.
Yeah, unfortunately, being able to work mostly outside of office hours works well when Bubba decides she wants things in the middle of the day.
That's true. Plus, now I can just do mostly commission work, and I can do it whenever the baby allows it. My boss is very small now, very loud.
Are you sure you're not working for Cal?
He's a teeny bit of a manlet.
I'm still reminded of the picture of you and what's his face?
Leo.
Mr. Comedian.
There's a
Mr.
yeah.
Comedian. Yeah, Leo. Holy crap, that guy is massive.
That was pretty
Especially
funny.
compared to Disco.
It's pretty funny because Monkey just kept going, send me, get a picture of you and Leo, get a picture of you and Leo. I want a comparison of you and Leo because Leo's really tall and you're really short. And I'm like, okay, fine. I literally, Leo came into the office one day and I was like, this is going to sound really weird, mate, but can we have a photo next to each other? Because my friend really wants to see how small I am compared to you. Like, this is gonna be the most awkward thing ever to have to ask this guy who comes in every week. Like, I'm not fangirling, I promise. My friend's just, he's not gonna shut up about this. But yeah, you can see just how absolutely massive he is and how teeny tiny I am. I come up to like, I'm below his nipples.
teensy tiny disco.
Like, to be fair though, Leo had to like duck to come in the doors. Like, Leo really tall.
Wow.
Like, so it looks ridiculous, but like, you know, Leo is also ridiculously tall.
Yeah. Poor Bleach the other week found out why we need to make lots and lots of money so we can hire a Sean of our own. A good producer is worth their weight in fucking gold.
Mm. A bad producer, however, is not. No, John's a good boy.
Yeah. Is he up to anything that on the internet that we're allowed to know about?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's working behind the scenes on some other podcasts, streams, whatever. I'm not entirely sure who, although he does occasionally send me pictures of studios where he's like, look at this. I've been doing a thing.
Put Blades in one of those fun situations. He needs to make coffee, but the mini-me won't let up.
Oh no.
Trapped forever.
I mean, it's a good kind of trap.
It is. It's like when a cat is fast asleep on your legs.
They're cute and warm, especially when they're asleep.
My favourite is when they decide they want to walk right between my ribs.
The baby does that too sometimes.
Ooh. Lovely.
She's very, very close to walking now, so she wants to stand up a lot. And
Yeah, right
if
on the rib cage.
if you get in the playpen with her, she will use you as a steppy stool and walk over the top of you.
Oh, that's good.
And she was using her dad yesterday to try and peer over the side of the playpen because he was lying in there with her. And she climbed, she was just walking over the top of him and then using him to like get a better view.
Maybe Blade would be interested in that article from the friggin' Guardian. Did you know that babies babble to prepare themselves to learning to speak?
Yeah, they were like scientists, experts studied a bunch of babies and they've determined that they babble in preparation for speech.
Journalists most affected. Can't believe that needs to be a friggin' study. It's like, no shit.
Whose money did you waste on that study? Yes, we knew. We knew.
Yeah. But imagine being so sheltered and out of touch that you can't figure out why babies babble. I'm not the biggest fan of kids, and especially not the biggest fan of babies, but Jesus Christ. Even I could have told them that.
Oh, but Gracie's adorable though.
But then again, if you ask my mother, I learned to talk early and haven't shut up since, so...
Yeah, my mother says the same. She's like, you were saying full sentences by the time you were 2, and you would get in the middle of me and whoever I was trying to talk to. You talk over the top of me. She's like, getting you to shut up was the trick.
Oh, that reminds me of what I was going to say earlier about personal experience and the whole, but if you'll unfairly disadvantage, you'll unfairly advantage your kids. It's like, being read to by my mother, I was reading at a university level in primary school, so maybe it's good for kids to read to them. Just a
Yeah, you shouldn't be discouraging people from reading to their kids. You should be encouraging the ones who aren't reading to their kids to start.
I mean, it's so easy and it's fucking free. Like, you can go to the library for free and get a library card for free and take some kids' books home for free and then read them to the kid for free.
Yeah, and honestly, when they're really little, they don't really care that you're reading them the same book over and over again.
In fact, they usually like it better that way.
It's like...
I know that at one point my mother gave up and recorded some of my apparently favourite stories on a tape and would just play those when she was like, oh, fuck, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, to be fair, I think I had some tapes of stories. They weren't recorded by my mom, but they were basically bedtime stories on a tape. And now I listen to podcasts in bed.
Yeah. But it's amazing. Something so simple, easy, and next to free, or literally free, can have such a massively beneficial impact on kids.
So let's deter parents from doing it, because not all of them are doing it. I hate.
Yeah, let's deter people from doing that, because apparently black parents can't read. And that's not me saying that, YouTube. That's the fucking Guardian.
Again, it's the politics of envy, isn't it? Like, we have to bring everybody down to the lowest possible level. Because somebody somewhere might have a slight advantage.
Yeah. LGM talks about journos decided to say something else. Remember, I don't know if we covered it specifically, but they did a study to confirm, to tell if cats can understand you, and the study concluded that cats know what you're saying, they're just choosing to ignore you. And anyone who's ever owned a cat could have told you that for fucking free.
See, if experts got themselves in the real world instead of studies, they would know these things without having to spend money on them.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a kid, you would know that their babbling was pre-speech.
Well, if people were having the standard 2.5 kids, still, it'd help too. But people can't afford that shit. Yeah, LGM says that equality means equally shit. Yeah, that seems accurate.
Bezek's audio is super scuffed. I don't quite know what that means. He was very quiet, and it sounds like he's 17 nautical miles away from his mic. Okay, well...
That's probably the flu.
Yeah, he might actually be quite far away from his mic, because he's on 200%, and I've added 100% gain filter.
Well, I'm about 2 inches from my microphone, so...
He's not getting any better. I'm not quite sure what to do with him.
I mean, I can turn the gain up and blow the ears out of my chat. We can try that.
I don't know if you can turn the gain up on your Discord input.
I can sure as shit turn it up on my microphone, though.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to suggest. I literally can't boost you anymore, and you're probably already echoing through the speakers.
Well, I can't hear myself so far, so that's good.
Well, that doesn't mean that the microphone's not picking you back up, though, to put back through the stream.
True.
Yeah, I can't turn you... There's nowhere else to turn you up.
Yeah, it probably just doesn't help that Discord really, really sucks for streaming. And on disease.
Gonna have to try and figure out what to do with you.
We will have to sit down someday off stream and poke at the technology.
I know some headphones would probably help, because then I might be able to just have you blasting without worrying about you coming back through. But you are actually on like maximum on everything.
Yeah, that's really weird. Actually, hold on. Let me double check what the fuck's going on my end. What am I sending to Disco? Can I see my microphone settings, please, Disco? I'm on. Okay, I'm currently on 50% input volume. Let's try that. And we'll see how that works for everyone.
So it was. Oh, now we can hear that the gain is pumped up. All right. Well, let me know if that helps at all. Chat. Maybe it will.
It can't hurt, I hope.
That might.
Then again, technology's weird.
Bring that down a little bit. It should just, hopefully, should just affect my actual speaker output and not the.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I literally don't own speakers.
I do. They're not the best of speakers, but they
get the job done at least.
They get the job done, considering my my headphones died. I have the best track record with keeping.
So hard.
Ooh, there's a gym up here. Bezek's in the gym.
I am. I might take this stuff home with me.
Yeah, you sound a bit more muffled now. Maybe that's just because you're poorly.
It's hard to tell. Am I muffled because of the technology, or am I muffled because I'm sick as a dog?
I'm not sure.
Am I losing my voice because I've been talking for 2 hours? All of these things are a possibility.
Well, hopefully it's better. Bath Bezek. Okay. Let me get this swirly out.
Oh, I've already had a bath today.
Alright, some soap first.
Yeah.
Soap. Swirly.
Be gone. Be gone. Be gone with you. I'm already clean, damn it. No, cleaning my shoes, are we?
I haven't had the ding yet.
Oh. Let me tell you about the habit that my cat has developed.
Oh.
So the cat likes to stretch out and have a little bit of a scratch on things, you know, just to get his claws into them. He's figured out that the best thing in the fucking world to do that with is my boots. The toes of my fucking boots. So there's fucking claw holes in my boots.
That'd be perfect for the beasties to get in.
Yep. That's how you know you're a cat owner, when there's just claw holes in your boot.
I can't say they might have ever picked my boots, but they do pick a lot of things they're not supposed to pick.
Yeah.
This sofa's nice. This bed is nice. Oh, this door frame's nice.
I swear if my cat was a tiny bit taller, he'd open my fucking door.
Mine does open my door.
He doesn't, like, actually undoes the handle, or just
yeah,
he
jumps up. He jumps up, pulls the handle down, and opens the door. He literally lets himself into rooms. Being a Bengal, he literally lets himself... Like, you're gonna laugh, but I have got child locks on the doors. And it's not for Gracie. It's so that I can close the door and keep the Bengal out. Because the Bengal just jumps out and opens the door. So I've had to get the child locks that you put under the handle and then like lift them up so the handle can't be pulled down, because he'll just keep jumping up until he pulls that handle down and then pushes the door open. He's really smart.
Yeah, smart kitties.
He's too smart. We just switched to twisty knobs. Well, I suppose that would be a solution as well. But yeah, we got those child locks. And they work. I also, in my old house, I haven't had to do it here because he can't really get in the kitchen, but I had to put a child lock on the fridge because the cat figured out how to open the fridge and helped himself to the contents. I would also occasionally find him in cupboards because he'd opened the cupboard and got in. Little shit.
Yeah, I have a picture of one of the other cats who managed to sneak into the kitchen and then snuck into the open overhead cabinet. It's like, cat, what the fuck are you doing in there? Just laying in the fucking plates.
Being a bad boy. Oh, you are.
Silly kitties.
Yeah, George would do that. If I open a cupboard, he gets in, and I'm like, "You're not a plate. Get off the plate cupboard. You're not a plate. You are a cat."
Yeah, one of the previous tenants here installed a screen door between the kitchen and the living room to keep his cat from getting into the sink.
Yes, darling. And darling, you need a wee.
Yeah, really bad.
Hang on, let me put Bezek cam on.
All aboard Bezek cam.
All aboard Bezek cam. Here we go. All aboard Bezek cam for a second. I'll still be on mic, but I won't be able to wiggle the mouse. Come here.
So baby is back.
Come here, monster. Oh, hello. You're so cute.
Oh, cute noises.
Have you been watching a movie with Daddy?
It sounds like she's had a great time with Daddy. Oh, yes, Daisy, tell us all about it. I see.
What's that? Is that Bezek playing puzzle? Is that Bezek cam?
Hello, Daisy. Poor kid, she's going to have these fucking voices in her head that she doesn't understand. She's going to grow up with imaginary friends that actually exist in real life. Well, there's an experiment for the scientists.
You smell like What's-Its. Have you been eating What's-Its? She just said, baby. She's very cute. You gonna go back with Daddy now?
Yeah. How long will you be?
Right in the broveries. We'll probably just finish this map and then be done. Gracie, you gonna go with Daddy?
Can you come to me?
Go on then, go with Daddy. I'll maybe through shortly. Oh, happy girl.
What's it?
She does smell like What's-Its.
There's like bus forward again.
She does love a What's-Its. Right, back off of Bezek Cam. Bezek Cam is very... I do like my animation for Bezek Cam. I'm proud of my animation.
Yes, it's a very nice animation.
Right, there we go. Right, well, let's do 80%. Yeah, we'll finish this map up and then I think we'll let your voice have a rest. And
I think that's an excellent idea.
before Bezek dies.
I'm not lucky enough to die.
Ian's just right in the broveries.
Well, apparently this guy's so fancy he's got wood covers for his air conditioner. No, apparently I'm being knocked up.
Oh, I think Bezek just disappeared. Blade says we've got another on the way, so it hits harder, and congratulations on that. How long have you got to wait now?
Oh, another one. Awesome. How many have you got so far, Blade? Just the one so far, or? Oh, pardon me.
Oh
I could
no,
do
I
with a
put it,
power shot in the nostrils right about now.
I put it round the wrong way. Rookie mistake. Turning, 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 turning. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
That
Coming Jan 4th.
that looks real safe. Yep. That's how we want it. Health and safety.
Are we floating in midair, are we?
I mean, yeah. Perfect health and safety. Most of the legs are on the ground. January 4th.
What is the game doing with your textures?
Just one. He's 4 and as big as a 5-year-old. Aww.
So a hefty chunker.
Aww.
An absolute unit.
Gracie's just a little dot. She's tiny.
Well, you'd have been in a lot of freaking trouble if she was a big baby.
Well, they kept telling me she was going to be a big baby. And then she came out and I'm like, so where's the rest of her? They're like, well, we're just going to be big. We might have to, like, induce. We might have to consider. I'm just like...
So they're fucking appalling at their jobs, is what I'm hearing.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then in the final scan, they were like, oh, she's this size, which was probably the most accurate one they did. And then they were like, maybe she's had reduced growth. And I'm like, maybe she just was never that size.
Yeah. Get in the chest, everybody.
And she's just a little dot. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, Mom, she's really small.
It's like, have you looked at the size of the mother? Teensy tiny disco. My poor mother, apparently I was an absolute unit of a baby. My mother was apparently in labour for like a day, the whole 24 hours and change.
Well, I don't think that's that uncommon. Like, the pushing stage, yeah, isn't that long, but like the actual from the start, I think it's quite normal for it to be. Because you just kind of have to work on it for a while.
Well, that's it. The baby's got to come when it's ready. But the hospital's like, oh, it's taking more than 15 minutes. Let's start the mother up on drugs and squeeze the baby out.
Yeah, they tried that with me. I told them to go away. I'm like, just leave me alone. Like, that's what I want. I want you to leave me alone. And then if there's a problem, I'd like you to be within sort of a couple of miles.
Just go outside and shut up and wait for instructions. Wait for screaming and she'll be fine.
To be fair, on the actual date, for all, like, they pissed me off to no end on the run up, and afterwards. But on the actual day, the woman that I got was fantastic. Like, she read.
I have noticed that midwives tend to just be a better quality of nurse because they take no shit.
Like, she read everything from cover to cover, and she was like, "Yep, that's what we're gonna do then."
What, actually listen to the patient's wishes? Goodness.
Like, even to the point where I was like, I would like, you know, I don't want all the bright hospital lights or like loads of noise and people. Like, she was literally, we walked in the room and she turned the lights off.
Awesome.
She some students tried to come in, she shut them out. She was like, nope, off you pop. And I'm like, you know what? Like, she was really good. Although she did lead me down the corridor with I'd asked for the gas and air, And she was like, right, well, we'll go to the room from the with triage where they check on you to see if they can admit you or not. And she literally led me down the corridor with the gas and air cylinder, going, "Come on, once we get there, you can have this." And I'm like, "Get rid of this." It's like she says, "I feel like a little bit like I've got a carrot here." So that was pretty funny.
There's a bunch of concrete spattered all over the floor up here, and it's being an absolute pain.
Oh. Well, I managed to get in this balcony. It was a little bit of a jump puzzle, but I got there.
Excellent.
Took me a few attempts for the jankiness of this game, but I did get there. Yes. Midways can be rather based. Yeah, I do think it is a bit of a luck of the draw what you get on the day, because you literally get whoever's on shift.
Yeah, babies keep their own schedules and they're not terribly concerned about what anyone else wants.
Nope. Which I think is what frustrates doctors the most. They're just like, well, I want it to come now. My textbook says labor should be this amount of time. It's like, okay, well,
yeah.
Tell it to the baby.
Yeah, tell it to the baby. Speaking of babies and stupid politics, someone decided that it would be a good election policy to talk about bringing a bill to, shall we say, reassess women's healthcare, and women are just falling over themselves. Let us kill our babies, and I'm like, oh my god, like just a fucking whisper of a thought of an idea, and people are screaming about it. It's like, don't take our rights away.
It's such an annoying topic as well, because it should have been pretty settled. Like, it was fine at safe, legal, and rare.
Well, that's it. That was the deal.
That was the deal.
They didn't keep up the rare part.
And I do genuinely feel sorry for people now who are getting caught in what I could only describe as knee-jerk backlash. Where, there are some people who have suddenly been able to put a stop to what they see as wrong, haven't really thought it out, and have put some laws in place that doctors are kind of, they don't understand and they're scared about. And there are people who are paying the price for that. Yeah. In cases where, there are times where unfortunately it's not going to work. And you do need to.
One state just like, no, it's illegal.
And that's stupid too.
It's like, that's not a good idea. Like, there are a million cases where it's the lesser evil in big quote marks.
There was a story not that long ago, and my heart went out to the woman. She had conjoined twins, who were like, they were joined in a way that they couldn't be separated and they wouldn't survive outside. And they basically said that they couldn't help it, and so she would have to deliver, but she would have to have a cesarean that would cut her from like chest downwards, because the baby was joined in such a way that they'd need to cut that big. All sorts of complications, and there was no way that these two babies were going to survive for more than about 10 minutes. She was probably going to give birth to a dead baby.
To put it euphemistically, if the growth was stopped a lot sooner.
Yeah. But because of certain laws, the answer was no. and
Yeah.
it was just heartbreaking because she had to go through major surgery. I'm not sure if it did ruin her uterus, but there was a big chance that it would. Having to actually do that kind of cesarean was likely to do so much damage that she wouldn't be able to have more kids. And it was such a horrible story, and it was from a knee-jerk law, which again I do blame the leftists for, because they've made people so angry that now we're getting laws like this, and it was just like, it could have just been left alone. It was safe, legal, and rare, but then it had to be
tried to make it a
not
fucking
rare.
alternative to birth control. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, for God's sake, people, use some common sense.
Well, you just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and now the pushback is hurting innocent people.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we've been wondering about for ages, isn't it?
It's such a shame, because it is innocent people like that. I don't think that woman was particularly pro-abortion. I think she was already a mother, and it was just an unfortunate case where she was. Nobody could have predicted that.
Obvious case of mine where that is the best option.
Well, it's going to be the outcome anyway. It's just, do you put somebody through that much hurt and pain and putting their life in, and financial as well? It was in the US, and so she were paying for that. On top of it,
So
I
she
think
had
it
to pay
practically
for the fucking
bankrupted
cesarean.
them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
like, it's not just a black or white issue. But it was inevitable you were going to get these laws come in, because this is probably the first time.
People gleefully gloating about how many babies they've killed.
Yeah, and then you've got people on
Like
the other
these-
side who think that that's just, morally reprehensible, and so they're going to put a hard stop to it. And it's like, well, that's not good either, because now you're actually hurting people who weren't celebrating.
Yeah. And like, I get why it's so hard to define a cutoff, but you take the youngest premature baby to survive, you subtract a week, and you settle that. It's not terribly difficult. But meanwhile, they're going, oh, no. Any time in the second trimester is also fine. Like, they're absolutely ecstatic at the thought of extinguishing a baby. And it disgusts me. God forbid they take any responsibility for their action. And
Like, I don't think it should really be a contraception at all. Like, there are times where medically that it maybe is for the best. Especially if that's going to be the outcome anyway.
No, I'm a stupid slag.
But there's just so many opportunities to not need it as a contraceptive. But that's just me.
And then, of course, there's women who, like, they're probably a fringe number, but there are cases where even being against it as a concept is like, maybe there's voluntary ones that should be allowed, like a woman who's, like, personally, rape victims, absolutely A-okay, in my opinion, but also, like, ones legitimately fleeing domestic violence.
Yeah,
Should
maybe.
probably also maybe be given that option, but I'm so sick of, oh yeah, I went out and got drunk, and then because I was drunk I didn't take appropriate precautions, and so therefore now I want one. Like, no, fuck off.
The thing is, you get dragged into talking about things like, rape babies, and it's like, that's such a small percentage. You can almost
0.1%, I think.
You can almost sort of say, okay, like, you can have that point, but we're discussing the other 99.9% here.
Well, that's the thing. They want to bang on about that. It's like, okay, cool. We'll put it in as exemption. What now? Women's healthcare. My body, my choice. Okay, what about the baby's body? What about my body? Mr. Government. But then again, I'm a man, so my body is for going to Ukraine to fight Russia or some shit, apparently. I'm looking forward to getting conscripted for another war in the Middle East. Then again, hopefully I'm too fat to get conscripted. But if I'm not, the conscription officers are going to have a really bad time.
They get the scale out and they're like, "No, I'm sorry, you're just fine." You'd be like, "Hang on a second, let me go at the cupboard."
Pretty much. Let me open up the cupboard and show you the surprise inside.
What are we missing? What are we missing?
Garden retaining wall, apparently.
Rear porch wall, base walls. Rear porch. Rear porch. There's a rear porch?
There is.
Rear
Do I mean the big strip of concrete wrapping around the thing?
Rear porch.
Oh, here we go. Here's some more. Hiding under the scaffolding. Oh boy, my voice is going to shit.
Yeah, we'll finish up after this. 1%.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Oh boy.
And then I shall raid Arch, because I think Arch must be streaming. We shall raid Arch's chat.
Bag frame, apparently.
Oh, that's upstairs.
Yeah. Stealing a ladder.
Second floor window frames. Oh, that's all the way up there.
It's probably on the second floor, which is understandably unhelpful.
That's just...
No, I found a second floor window that's sturdy.
I'm gonna need a longer extension.
Oh, right. It's going in the scaffolding.
Can we do that from down here? I found a third floor window frame that's dirty, but I might need the scaffolding to get to it.
Yeah, I found that second floor window frame.
No. Hello, Baba. Did I get it? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. As if jumping's gonna help for the third floor. I don't like this mansion very much.
It's a very ugly building, even without the dirt. Yes, that... You thought you had an unstable frame, Disco.
Let's have a look. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear.
Even one of these legs is touching the floor.
Oh dear, oh dear. What's with the textures? Like, this map just feels like all the brightness has been turned up.
It does, because the frames, there's something wrong with the frame.
Yeah, it feels like somebody turned the brightness way up on the textures. Let's see. I can't reach the third floor window frame. I can't reach the third floor barrier post. Second floor walls. Third floor. Most of the stuff's on the third floor.
Okay, let's see if we can
floor
find some of this.
Walls.
Over here somewhere. Barrier post, right.
I might be able to climb this. Oops. Second floor walls.
Oh, pardon me.
Not up here. Breed kibs. Get them cheeks. Kibs cheeks.
Alright. Which of these barrier posts is it?
Which wall is it? This one? Oh, this one? Aha, it's this one.
This is dirty. Aha.
One under you is dirty too. Might be able to climb this actually to get up there. Alright, let's get the swirly out. Oh no, let's get the 3-for-1 out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, where are these freaking barrier posts that are
Claim
always
cheeks. Well, we're gonna go and claim Arch's cheeks in a minute. Because we claimed Gibbs's cheeks last time. So I think we'll give Arch some love. He's probably off being degenerate somewhere. I'm not sure what he's playing. Barbara says, I'm new to your channel. What's your name? Well, I'm Disco. And the Australian with the stuffy nose is Bezek.
Hi, I promise I sound infinitely better when I'm not dying.
Third floor. Third floor? Barrier post.
Yes.
What are the barrier
Which
posts?
one? Oh, it's the black things.
Not the trims.
Well, not quite. I think I found it. I need my other ladder. Haha.
Ah,
Clean it.
those.
Yes, there we go.
Hey! Right, we should get
Oh, now for a time lapse.
our nice time lapse.
Still a very ugly building.
Yeah, that is not a pretty building at all.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too, Baba. I'm going to call you Baba like the elephant, and I don't care if that's wrong. Does my avatar look like it speaks foreign?
It speaks Aussie. That's foreign to me.
Yes, but you speak Scottish, and that's foreign to everyone.
That's true.
Sorry, that's foreign to cyber people.
That's true. Right,
Yes, well, exactly, Blade. Modern architecture.
Let's end it there because
Yes.
poor Bezek's throat is going, and I'm pretty sure that baby is driving a dad up the wall.
Baby and Bezek need a nap.
Yes. So thank you all for coming, chat, and we will see you probably in a couple. Well, we'll see you on Sultan's tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll all be there. And in terms of streams, it's going to be a couple weeks because I'm going away to Scotland tomorrow.
Ooh, Scotland.
Yes.
Yes. Hopefully we'll be able to acquire some more DLC by next time.
Yes.
What are the DLCs coming up?
Or
40 more Shrek and Alice's Adventures.
or we might be doing Factorio by then.
This is a possibility. Depends on if we can bully a monkey. Bully monkey, everyone. Tell him he needs to play Space Trains with Bezek and Disco.
That's true. Alright. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Sultan's
Yeah, let's see.
2 p.m. Britbong time.
Correct. And for those of you who don't forget, apparently daylight savings is changing all over the place for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So
Oh no!
Yay.
I always get so confused.
me too, because and the Americans get confused as well, because we're indexed to London, so London moves, then America moves, so the Americans have it changed twice in 2 weeks.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully I won't miss
fun
any
stuff.
Sultan's time.
Oh, you'll be away on holidays or whatever you're doing anyway, so hopefully not a disco problem.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, have a good evening, chat, and I think I'll probably be sending you over to Arch.
Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, everybody.
Bye!